Hebitsukai here with a review of the Uchu Sentai Kyuranger Sentai Hero Series 01 through 09. You couldn't see my fingers through any of that, but I pointed at Shishi and Kajiki because that's 1 through 9. But anyway, so I figured let's start our journey through the first realm of Kyuranger toys with one of the many staples of a Sentai toy line, these Sentai Hero Series figures. And I don't always take a look at these. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I adore the Kyuranger designs. I think these are some of the best Sentai designs we've gotten since, in my opinion, Go Busters. I mean, not everyone's going to agree with me, and that's fine. But I love these. So I figured, why not? Let's take a look at the vinyl figures. And in particular, I think these are really well done, and I wanted to highlight them because I don't always do so. And I would like to this time around. But, of course, we always have their tags. The tags are actually really cool. Kind of almost little collectible cards, so to speak. In fact, I think they used to come with collectible cards. I know the Rider ones did. But here is Shishi Red's tag. Right here it has the Kyutama with their logo in it. Sentai Hero Series, their number and their name. On the back is just simple product information and all that fun stuff. But there is Shishi, Okami, and I guess I should do these in order. Sasori, Okami, Tenbin, Ohshe, Hebitsukai, Chameleon, Washi, and Kajiki. Right there. So there is all of their tags. Really cool. I like keeping these. I think they're kind of neat. So pretty cool. So we will set those aside and take a look at the actual figures. I'll get the whole gang out of the way so we can actually focus on one at a time. And here is Lucky, Shishi Red, based on the constellation Leo. And as much as I like it, it's easily, I think, the most boring of the group, just because Red is basically the very, very basic Kyuranger. He has no additional features. He is pretty much just the kind of generic template of the Kyurangers. And that's not to say it's a bad figure. It's got all the detail it needs. If we want to zoom in right there, you can see the Shishi emblem engraved into the chest. There's a look at the head. Unfortunately, these don't have a overly glittery effect on their visors. I really wish they could. I'm hoping they do a premium set of the Kyurangers to actually highlight in particular the visors, but I don't think we're actually going to get one. Premium Sentai vinyls don't actually happen all too often anymore. But they're a nice little blue color, and there is a little bit of a glitter paint in there. It's not huge, but it's there. So a nice touch at the very least. And here is a look at the Seiza Blaster on his arm. Obviously, they're all very generic. Nothing really different about any of them, but there. There you go with that Q buckle in the middle there. And that's really about it for these. So there is Shishi Red. And here is Stinger, Sasori Orange, based on the constellation Scorpio. And I love the fact that we're getting more Orange Rangers. I think that is fantastic. I dig that a lot. Here is his little kind of unique portion of his suit, is the fact that he has a scorpion tail on his suit. So pretty cool. You can see that again right down there, going down his leg. Pretty neat. And here is the emblem on his chest, the scorpion. And there is a look at his helmet. So pretty cool little figure. And there's the tail, all nice up and close. And here is Goddard, Okami Blue, based on the constellation Lupus. And I love this one a lot because I actually took the time to mold in like fur. I mean, it's not actually furry or anything like that, but the plastic, the vinyl of the figure is actually textured to mimic the fur of the actual suit. And I think that's incredible. I'm so happy that they went ahead and did that. So very cool. Kind of plain from the back. He does have his little fluffy neck fur on there as well. There is the Okami logo on his chest. And there is his head sculpt. The visor gets a little bit lost in the blue plastic, which is a little bit of a shame. But it still looks pretty good. And here's number 4, Balanced Tenbin Gold, based on the constellation Libra. Very, very cool. His design is unique in the fact that his suit is mostly made out of leather because he's a robot. I mean, that's not really exactly why, I'm sure, but it is a unique looking costume at the very least. The vinyl figure, of course, doesn't absolutely portray that, but there is a lot of rigid designs inside the crevices of his suit, plus the belt area right there is very panelly and mechanical looking, so it does a decent job, given how little paint is actually generally on these vinyl figures, so pretty cool as well. Kind of wish he was a little bit golder. It's kind of more of a mustard ranger instead of a gold ranger, but that's fine. Again, it's a vinyl figure, I'm not expecting a whole lot. There is the Libra logo in there. And there is his head sculpt, accurately representing the scales of the Libra constellation. Whoever was the lead designer, I don't remember off the top of my head, for these suits, deserves all of the raises. Like, every single raise. Absolutely beautiful. In my personal favorite of the bunch right now, number 5, Champ. Oushi Black, based on the constellation Taurus. Oh, really cool. So Champ is a huge bull-shaped robot, and thus his ranger form is also very big, and I love it. Now, granted, he's not really any taller than a normal Sentai Hero series figure. In fact, he's actually a smidge shorter, but they did Hulk him out quite a bit, very similar to the level 1 X-Aid vinyl figure. They hulked him out a bit. He's got big poofy legs, big poofy arms, and I dig it a lot. And he still has all the same articulation points, which I didn't really highlight up until now, but I figure most people watching this know the basic articulation of a Sentai Hero series figure at the waist and the shoulder. But of course, he's got some pretty beefy shoulder pads, so he can't quite reach that level of full rotation that the other Sentai Hero series figures can do. But really cool. Again, he's got the same sort of detailings that Tenbin Gold has, again, being a robot as well. But pretty cool. There is the Taurus logo right there on his chest. And I love his helmet. I love the protruding bull horns. I think they're really cool. So, a really nice job on this one. Unfortunately, mine has some bow-legged syndrome going on, and he likes to lean forward quite a bit. But that can be fixed with some boiling water and stuff. So, we'll fix you up, champ. And number 6, Naga Ahe Hebitsukai Silver, based on the constellation Ophiuchus, is how I'm going to say it, because that is what my little lookup thing told me when I asked how to pronounce it. So we're going with Ophiuchus, but it is basically like the 13th zodiac constellation if you look up that whole shenanigans. But the snake bearer. So really, really cool. Obviously being named Naga Ahe, Naga being snake. You are one of the various words for snake. I mean, it's not the Japanese word for snake, but look it up, you'll figure it out. And the head sculpt up there, and the scaling details on the side of his suit are also incredibly well done. I love the fact that these all have unique things about their suits, be it their helmets or their actual suits, to make these stand out. So Hebitsukai Silver has a bunch of scales all over the place. And it's definitely really cool. Again, the figure is a little bit more of a gray because it's just a soft vinyl plastic. It's nothing heavily painted or anything like that. There is the Hebitsukai logo in there. And his head sculpt accurately looking like a cobra. So pretty cool. I dig that a lot. Pretty neat. Next up, number 7, Haami, Chameleon Green, based on the constellation aptly named Chameleon. It doesn't have a clever name or anything like that. She's also a pretty basic suit. Her suit itself doesn't really have any key differences compared to any of the other Kyuranger suits, but her helmet is very much adorable. Take a look at that as we zoom in. But here is the base of the figure. Being the girl, it does have a skirt, just like Washi Pink does. So, pretty cute. I really like Haami. I enjoy her character a lot. She's adorable. And here is the Chameleon logo on her chest. And the head sculpt, like I was saying, it's got the little buns on the top of the helmet, much like Ookami Yellow. But they look like chameleon eyes, which is very, very cool. I dig that a lot. And then little curly Q up here looks like a chameleon tongue. So overall, it looks like a chameleon with an open mouth. So really neat. Again, the creative decisions on these suits is 100% top notch. And here is number 8, Raptor 283 Washi Pink, based on the constellation Aquila. And the eagle, for those that don't know. But very cool. I like her design a lot. Her key little feature is the fact that she's got little wings. Reminds me a lot of Ankrum Kamen Rider Ohshe. But I love it a lot. I've always been fascinated with birds and flying and wings and all that fun stuff. So to have a ranger that actually has, like, feathers and wings on the actual suit, I think is actually really cool. So I dig that quite a bit. Going into the chest area here, her logo is honestly a little bit washed out. I think there's just a little bit too much paint on it, so the etched in details kind of getting a little bit washed out, but it's there, I promise you that. And here is her head sculpt. Really cool bird design. You got the beak, the crest right there, a wing, and a wing to make the design. So very, very cool. Plus her name, Raptor 283. Raptor obviously being from the bird itself. And 283 can actually, if you pluck some characters out of there, be Tsubasa, which is wing. So I dig that a lot. Lots of cool creative decisions going on in the show. So here she goes. And here we are with the problem child of my group of Sentai Hero series figures. Number 9, Spada Kajiki Yellow, based on the constellation Dorado, the swordfish. Yeah, he does not like to stand all that well. He will stand a little bit for a while until his legs decide to bow together a little bit, and then he falls over again. So kind of just have to help him along. We'll hold him up. But pretty cool. His distinct feature, again, the suit is very plain, much like Chameleon Green, but the key feature is based in the helmet this time around with that nose. It's got a little swordfish nose. Obviously, the suit is actually a lot pointier and a little bit longer, but they dulled it down for the Sentai Hero series figures so kids don't poke their eye out with Kajiki Yellow. So you got that going. But again, really cool. I love the fact that we have all these little unique bits about the various characters. Here is the Kajiki logo on the chest right there. Very, very nice. And of course, like I said, the helmet up there with the pointy nose. I dig it a lot. Really cool. So that about does it for these. And the Sentai Hero series figures are obviously very hit and miss. They're just vinyl figures. They don't have a whole lot of articulation. They don't have a lot of playability. But I still think they're really good pickups for kids. If you have a kid that watches the show with you or watches the show on their own, they do make very good playthings for the younger crowd. They're not going to hurt themselves. They're not going to hurt other things. They're very soft, pliable figures. And they get the job done, for sure. Now, would I rather have articulated figures? Of course, me. As a collector and an adult, absolutely, I would much rather have posable figures. Even as a kid, I'd much rather have posable figures, too. But still, if you don't want to wait for Bandai America, because, I mean, let's be real, chances are this is our next Power Ranger series after Ninja Steel. Let's just be honest here. You don't want to wait until 2019 to get your hands on some articulated figures. Then obviously pick these up. They'll make great stand-ins, and at only about $5 to $6 after everything is all said and done, they're pretty affordable as well, even with 9 of them at one time. Come on, Bandai, slow it down. But at the very least, that is Kyuranger for you. I like these a lot. I love these suits, and even if I wasn't big on the vinyl figures, I knew I had to have these just to display the really awesome suits of this series. Top notch. Really, really enjoy them. So that about does it for this review. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a cool video like this one, and let me know in the comments below what your favorite Kyuranger design is thus far. There's 9 of them to pick from, so let me know what your favorite is down below. But for now, as always, thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.